Hi everyone, this is John, and I want to talk about the mark. We're going to look up the definition of the word mark in the 1611 King James Version, right here. Alright? Looking up King James Version dictionary definition of the word mark. I'm just going to read the first few. A visible line made by drawing one substance on another, as a mark made by chalk or charcoal or a pen. Now that's pretty interesting because when I read that, I think of, you know, a crime scene movie where a dead body is and they do a chalk outline of the body, right? Because it says, for mark, a visible line made by drawing one substance on another as a mark made by chalk or charcoal or a pen. So that's interesting. The second one, a line, groove, or depression made by stamping or cutting an incision, a channel or impression as the mark of a chisel, of a stamp, of a rod or whip, the mark of the finger or foot. Right there, people. Each and every one of us have our own mark, our own individual fingerprints. In fact, each and every one of us fingerprints are different on our own hands and feet. So, right there, for mark, a line, groove, or depression made by stamping or cutting, an incision, a channel, or impression, as the mark of a chisel, of a stamp, of a rod or whip, the mark of the finger or foot. So, right there, your fingerprints are your mark. Your body is your mark, all right? Third, any note or sign of distinction. The Lord set a mark upon Cain. And if you go into Genesis 4, you can read about Cain getting the mark after he killed Abel. He got a mark because he said his punishment was too great. His punishment was being kicked out of. They weren't in the garden, but they were in the garden. They were like on the outskirts of garden. But Cain was getting kicked out of the garden into Nod, and he got a literal mark so that he could be identified so that people would not kill him, because if anyone killed Cain, they would get 7 times the trouble. So Cain got a literal mark. So there's a literal mark, and then there's also a spiritual mark. All right. So now I just want to do this real quick because I have a problem with this phone. Makeup of the human body.
According to Wikipedia, almost 99% of the mass of the human body is made up of 6 elements: oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, and phosphorus. Only about 0.85% is composed of another 5 elements: potassium, sulfur, sodium, chlorine, and magnesium.
It's right here. You can find this information yourself. So, almost 99% of the mass of the human body is made up of 6 elements: oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, and phosphorus. All right, those are the first six. Six is to perish in Hebrew, and it's able in Greek. Uh, Only about 0.85% is composed of another 5 elements, which is interesting. My middle name means five: potassium, sulfur, sodium, chlorine, and magnesium. All 11 are necessary for life. All right, so oxygen is listed first and then carbon. All right, we're going to look at carbon because carbon is 666. Carbon on the periodic table.
According to Wikipedia, carbon is a chemical element with the symbol C and atomic number 6. It is nonmetallic and tetravalent, making 4 electrons available to form covalent chemical bonds. It belongs to group 14 of the periodic table.
Alright, so here's carbon. Yeah, I want a better image. I want an image without all that. Let's see if I can find. Here we go. Let's see if I can find carbon without all that crap on it. Actually, Well, we'll just try to use this one because this is interesting. All right. All right. Here's I'll try to get it right to where. All right. Here's carbon. Okay. to C. C is 3, which is Abaddon, Apollyon, the angel of the bottomless pit. There's the 6, which is Abel, and it's also to perish. But right here, see this here? Here's a cube. Right there. We're all that little cube. Oh, dang it. Alright, can you see that? So there's a cube. Alright, show what all this is. Alright, the 6 is the atomic number. The C is the symbol. Alright, the He2S2 is the electron configuration. The name is carbon. The physical state at 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Crystal structure. Acid-base properties of higher valence, oxidized atomic weight. So right here, I think that's pretty interesting that it's a flat line there underneath the little cube for the physical state at 20 degrees Celsius, 68 Fahrenheit is a flat line. That's pretty interesting. And then the crystal structure is a cube. So that's a cube. And then the atomic weight is 1211. 1211, that makes me think of December 11th. That's interesting. Alright. And then, here we go. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Why ain't it doing... What is 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons?
According to Asbury Carbons, its atomic number is 6, its atomic weight is 12.011. It is a group EVA element, residing between boron and nitrogen on the periodic table, and it has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons.
So there you go, people. There's your 666. See if I can find an image of it. Of carbon. The second element that we're made of. Oxygen's the first. Alright, here's an image. I did a video the other day about Lucifer's fusion. Fusion the spirit into a mark, into the body. So, who's worse? The guy who went and got a shot, who ain't bothering anybody, or the guy on YouTube screaming that everybody who got a shot has got the mark and is going to the lake of fire? I mean, serious. You say you're of the Father, but all you want to do is condemn people to the lake of fire for getting a shot. I mean, people will go to the lake of fire. I mean, there's definitely people that are going to go there. I mean, but it ain't someone who got a shot, And even some people that have murdered don't mean they're going to go to the lake of fire. I mean, some people have murdered people and repented, right? People don't understand what repentance means, I guess. They really don't, Because Father doesn't want to send anyone to the lake of fire. I mean, he doesn't want to send not one, Not one should be lost. He doesn't want one to go into the lake of fire. Some will, though. I mean, it's a real deal. It's a real thing. So, alright everyone, just wanted to make a quick video showing you that your body is your mark. Here's my mark, here's my fingerprints. My fingerprints are my mark. They identify me. I can be identified. Each and every one of you out there can be identified through your fingerprints or your footprints, your mark. Alright everyone, peace, love, joy, kindness. Alright. Just don't know what else to say, man. Peace, love, joy, kindness, alright? Till we meet again.